My biggest concern right now is countering what the Democrats are soon to have in store for the president. With the rebounding economy, you know they will concoct more lies, propaganda, and fake news stories in an all-out assault on President Trump. Joining me now is someone who knows how the left operates. Dick Morris is a New York Times best-selling author, political strategist, and former Clinton advisor. Dick, it's great to have you on the program. What do the Democrats have in store next? Can you take your crystal ball out? They've got to go after the president now that we're seeing numbers like this.
Well, today it was ridiculous. They said, oh, these numbers are from the middle of the month. If you did it till the end of the month, we're sure everything fell apart because the virus came back. So they'll try rearguard actions to try to obfuscate the situation. But look, when you get down to it, you ask the American people who will do a better job of rebuilding the economy. It's Trump. I mean, he built it in the first place. The guy is a builder. And I think that that issue is going to propel him to re-election. The Democrats will continue this assault on Trump personally, going after everything they can possibly find. But ultimately, the problem is that Trump is going to get reelected, not just by his own brilliance, but by the idiocy of the Democratic left. Because the Democratic left, the radical left, is scaring everybody to death, knocking down statues, changing curricula in schools. There's an ad that the Trump campaign's putting on tomorrow where the phone rings and a woman answers it and says, tape, you have reached the police emergency hotline. Because police were defunded, we cannot take your call in person. If you're calling to report a rape, press 1. Murder, press 2. A home invasion, press 3.
Well, you know, Dick Morris, this is one of the reasons why we saw almost 4 million NICS background checks for new firearms ownership. This is a record number because people here know that the police are not going to be there. But back to the Democrats on this. You worked very, very closely with the Clintons. In many respects, I think the Clintons designed this whole tactic that the Democrats have going, except for the fact that when you talk about tearing down statues of Ulysses S. Grant, dividing the nation with all the things that they are, Russian collusion hoaxes, do you not think that some inside the Democratic Party, at least a few of them, are saying, what in the world are you doing, leaders, Pelosi and Schumer? Why are you letting this happen? Defund the police? Really?
They want to, but they are driven by their own mob because the Democratic parties are their primary voters. They're no longer controlled by leaders. And the voters are demanding this kind of leftist craziness from the Democratic Party. And Biden is caught in the middle. If he moves to the center, he'll lose the left. If he moves to the left, he'll lose the center. If he turns around and scolds the left for tearing down statues and defunding police, they won't turn out and vote for him. So Biden is trapped, and the Democratic Party is trapped by its own rhetoric. And it's a beautiful thing to see.
What do you think is behind the polls that shows Biden? This is a national poll. We have an electoral college in this country, but at least for an assessment that shows Biden 49%, Trump 40%. I don't believe that number can be real. What do you think's behind that?
Oh, it was real when it was taken. They aren't phoning the numbers, but it was taken a while ago. Trump went through a tough period in the 2 weeks or 3 weeks after the riots started. And he didn't handle it right at the beginning, and he was in some trouble. But he's come out of it. I see all kinds of polls, published, unpublished, private, public. Trump is out of that hole. He's back. And he's probably now within a hair's breadth behind Biden, which is where he was going into it. And now it's in his court. It's the economy.
Yeah, and these numbers certainly bode very well for President Trump. Dick Morris, it's a pleasure to talk to you. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us for sure.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing news channel, now in 65 million homes. Get Newsmax TV on all the major cable systems or go to newsmaxtv.com and click on the Find Newsmax tab to locate us. Remember, Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.